Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Mrs. O, back on your screen like I never left. So you guys, if you're new to my channel, please take a minute to subscribe down below. You guys, it's actually free. People should please click on that subscribe button. Help your sister. Thank you. And if you're a returning subscriber, mwah, catch your kisses. So you guys, based off of popular demand, I see people like gists. So let's gist away. Because in my last story time, I don't know if it's the hookup thing, but for some reason, a lot of people watched that video. So I'm here again to give you another story time because what else am I here for? I'm here to please you, yeah? I'm here to do whatever you like, all right? I'm actually pumped. I went to work today. I worked a half day shift. So there's this joy that comes with working a half day shift. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you a story on how I got arrested in the UK barely a year after my arrival. Guys, I'm talking about it now. I'm smiling, I'm laughing. It was not a funny situation that time because imagine being less than a year in the country and you're already having police matter. So, you guys, backstory. I actually arrived in the UK in the year 2016, and at the time I was 17 years of age, right? Yeah, I was 17 years old. So, I arrived in the UK in the year 2016 on a student visa. I came in to do a bachelor's degree with a 1 year foundation program. So the foundation program was the first before the bachelor's. If you're aware of the UK educational system, you understand what I'm talking. But yeah, I had come in to do my foundation year. So whilst on foundation year, there was this Nigerian lady. So we were only two Nigerians in that group, me and another Nigerian lady who was pregnant at the time. So towards the end of the foundation year, she gave birth, yeah, and she was off classes, the period before her birth and then after her birth, she was off classes for a while, and examinations were fast approaching. So when she came back to school, she was going to lecturers to catch up on things that she had missed out, and lecturers were signposting her to me as per fellow Nigerians, yeah. So that's how me and her became friends. And you guys, when she came to me, oh, I'm not even going to lie, I grabbed the opportunity to be friends with her with both hands because if you're conversant with this abroad life, it can be very lonely. It can be really, really lonely. And you can imagine me, I was young, my parents weren't here, my siblings weren't here. It was just me and my uncle who is a priest. So yeah, I grabbed the opportunity to be friends with this woman. So we were studying together. We would go to the library together. She'd come and visit me in my house. I would go and visit her in the house, stay with the baby. Just stuff like that. Yeah. So that's how we finished our foundation year. We both passed our exams. Everything was good. Yeah. Fast forward to the summer holiday after foundation year. So if you're on a student visa, you understand what I'm talking. Like, during term time you can work 20 hours, holiday period you can work more than 20 hours. Yeah. So I wasn't working at all. So I was very bored. I was always going to my uncle's house. I mean, what kind of entertainment can he possibly provide to me? He's not a young person. So I was in my uncle's house on the 29th of June 2017. Yeah. 29th of June 2017. So this lady called me and she's like, babe, what's up? Please, I need your help. Can you go to my house? I'm in the city center now. My nanny looking after my baby is not feeling well and she wants to go home. So I was like, of course, I will go. What are friends for, right? Plus, I was bored, so I needed somewhere to go. So that's how I told my uncle. He was kind enough. He dropped me off at the lady's house. Now, first red flag on getting to her house, I realized that the person who was with the baby was not her nanny because I had previously met her nanny. The person I actually saw was someone she had previously introduced to me as her friend. And bear in mind, guys, this her friend was also pregnant. And yeah, so when I got there, I saw that there was some sort of exchange of words between this friend and my friend over the phone. So I was wondering what was going on. And then this my friend then calls me on the phone. I mean, the mother of the child. She called me on the phone and she's like, please tell that lady to get out of my house. I don't need her in my house. Yadi, yadi, yadi. Before she could even finish making her sentence, lady had already packed her things and was on her way to go. So the lady, before she left, she then told me that the mother of the child was actually lying. That is my friend. She was not in the city center because apparently she had left the house as early as 7 a.m. And at the time when I was there, which was 10 a.m., she still wasn't back from the city center. Yeah, I was so naive. In my mind, I'm like, I beg, just be going. I don't want problem. I beg, let me just be looking after this baby. Let my friend come back. So the lady left. 10 a.m., guys, 10 a.m. 11 a.m., my friend was not back. 12 p.m., she wasn't back. 2 p.m., she wasn't back. I started panicking because the child was, but this child was less than 5 months old, guys. She hadn't eaten. From 7 a.m. when the mother left the house till 3 p.m., the baby had not eaten. The baby was crying. So even though the mother left formula for the baby, you know these babies that would not have anything in bottle apart from their mother's bosom. So this was the situation I was in at that time. 3 p.m. I called my friend. I was like, what is going on? Like, this is just, I don't know what to do with your baby. She has been crying all morning, all day. I don't know how to pacify her. She is hungry. That's how my friend told me to leave the baby in the cot and leave the house. I told my friend I cannot do it. Guys, this was what saved me because it was a chat. So when the police matter came about, that was my evidence against this woman. Anyway, so I told my friend that I can't leave the baby in the court and go. So when I told her that, it was at that point my friend then opened up. Well, my friend then opened up to me and told me that she actually wasn't in the city center. She had traveled to London. Guys, I was living in Chester. If you know Chester very well, up north, you would know that London is about 3 hours away by train. So you can imagine me, like my state of confusion. How can you leave your less than 5 months old baby with me, a baby, and you're telling me you went to London? So when she told me she was in London, I became paranoid. I was so upset, and it was at that point she stopped replying all of my messages, up until when she came back around like 6 p.m. in the evening. So when she came back, I just handed over her baby and I left. I didn't say a word to her because I was so pissed off. So my uncle came to pick me less than 5 minutes drive away from her house. This lady, my friend, sends me a message. Who flogged my baby with a belt? God. I was like, how bad can this day, how bad can this day get? Who flogged the baby with the belt? I was like, I replied her saying I was so disappointed. I didn't even get a thank you for spending my day, my energy, my time looking after your baby to the best of my ability. And all I'm getting is who flogged your baby with a belt. So she didn't say anything. She didn't write anything else. I carried on living my life, and I knew that in my head that friendship was over because what the hell? Anyway, the following day, again I had gone to my uncle's house. So I received a phone call from the reception where I live because I lived in the halls of residence, like student accommodation. So that we had the reception. So the receptionist was like, "Hi, Marianne, we have some police officers here to see you." So I was like, "Police officers?" While I was still trying to understand what was going on, police officers. She handed the phone over to the policemen. And the police officers were like, "Hi, Marianne, we desperately need to see you. We have some questions. We just need you to answer some questions. Would you like us to come over to where you are, or are you happy to come down to the police station?" As innocently as I was, I said, "I'll come to the police station. Questions, right? I'll give you answers if I have them." So I told my uncle. My uncle drove me down to the police station. We were seated at the reception in the police station. And after a few minutes, they called me in while my uncle stayed at the reception. As soon as I crossed the door, guys, that's how these police officers started telling me, "So, Marianne, what we're doing now," like very casually. "So, we're just about to arrest you. Whatever you say now will be used against you in the court of law. So, you have a right to remain silent. Is that all right?" Like, in my mind, I'm like, what is happening here? Mind you, guys, my uncle was at the reception thinking that they were just asking me questions. So that's how they took me in, took my footwear, gave me their the socks they give inmates, I don't know, people that stay in cell, are they called inmates as well? Anyway, yeah, they gave me their pair of socks. They took my top, the top I was wearing. They gave me their cell jumper. So and then they locked me in a cell, guys. Oh my, people are wicked. People are actually wicked. What the hell? God. Anyway, so I was in the cell um for a few hours, actually, very good 6 if not 7 hours, because we arrived at the police station at around, let me say, maybe 10 in the morning. And yeah, so they couldn't question me, they couldn't call me in for questioning because I was a minor, I was 17. So before the policemen could question me or interrogate me, they needed the presence of a social worker. And getting that social worker was proving so difficult, so difficult. So at around 6 p.m., a social worker arrived. Then they brought me out of the cell. Um, hey guys, let me back. Sorry, let me just digress. This Oyibo cell, while I was in the cell there, just like a bench, it was like a bench bed with a toilet just across. There was no, you couldn't see the outside world, like the windows were all blurred up, a door. But the cell wardens, they do rounds, right? So they come around every like 30 minutes to make sure people are safe. Do you get? So they'll peep through a hole and they'll be like, oh, are you okay? Don't worry, everything will be all right. If you need a cup of tea, if you need a coke, any drink, just give us a buzz. Like there was a buzzer in the room as well. Give us a buzz and then we'll bring it down to you. God. In my mind I was like, cup of tea. Cup of tea. Coke in this cell that I am in. Guys, if you're a Catholic, I prayed 1,000 decades of the rosary that day. It was not funny. It was not funny at all. When the social worker arrived, they called me out for questioning. I gave them my side of the story. Thankfully, as I said earlier, I had evidence on my phone where I told the mother of the child that I couldn't leave her baby in the court and leave the house. So that was what saved me, guys. And yeah, after all the questioning and all, obviously I was innocent. So they released me, but they held my phone. Now, apparently, what happened was when this mother, my friend, came back home, her baby had cried all day. So her baby was a bit swollen. And mind you, the child hadn't eaten all day. So she took her baby to the hospital. When she got to the hospital, they started questioning her. What happened to your baby? She didn't know what to say. And the best thing that came to her mind was she left her baby with her nanny. And that nanny was supposed to be me. Oh, God. So when the police officers were asking me, but you're a nanny, they were like telling the police officers were telling me, but you're her nanny. You should know how to handle the baby. I'm like, nanny? How? From where to where? I'm a student. I'm a student. Anyway, yeah, so there was a lot of evidence to prove that the lady was lying. So yeah, they released me. I went home, and yeah, the lady was arrested. She was charged to court. They invited me to court to come and testify against her. But you guys, at that time, I was already scarred. Like I just wanted the case to be over. I just wanted to be done with that police situation because they were with my phone as well, So it was a lot of inconvenience for me as well. After the court hearings, she had some punishments, and the major one was that her baby was taken away from her. Really sad, really, really sad. But yeah, that's it though. That's how I was actually arrested. So when they released me, they told me that my only saving grace was because I was underaged. If I was an adult, perhaps the story would have been different because, according to the police officer, at the time, the moment I realized that the baby was crying uncontrollably and the mother of the child was unreachable, the first point of call should have been the police. But you guys, I didn't know now. I didn't know. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, for those of you that might be worrying now about me, no, I do not have a police record in my name. My DBS is clear and I work, and yeah. My phone was later released to me and I moved on with life, but with a very different approach. I avoided friends like I avoided friends like a plague. I just became scared of mingling with people. I just kept to myself, and that's it. That's how friendship almost cost me my freedom. Yeah, that's it, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Like I said before, drop a comment down below. Tell me, what do you think? Have you ever had a police issue before? I hope it was resolved. Tell me about it. Let's gist in the comment section. And until my next video, you guys should stay safe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye, guys.